With several airlines around the world signalling interest in a stretched Airbus A220, a common criticism of this hypothetical endeavour is that the jet would cannibalize sales of the plane maker's similarly sized A320neo. Let's unpack and evaluate this conundrum in this video. To date, 70 A319neo jets have been ordered, although the passenger version of the aircraft is still yet to officially enter service at the time of making this video. When compared to other types in the family, it's a disappointing number. Consider this. Airbus has racked up orders for nearly 7,900 aircraft across the entire A320neo family. That is A319, A320, and A321. Crunching the numbers, sales for the A319neo account for less than 1% of overall orders for the family. Some speculate that the similarly sized A220-500 is to blame, as the jets actually have identical maximum capacities, while the A220-500 has a lower maximum takeoff weight, making it cheaper to operate as many airports charge using this metric. However, an argument to counter this cannibalization theory is that the A319ceo is relatively new. First delivered in 1996, the oldest aircraft is about 24 years old. However, most A319s flying today are in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 years old. Thus, it's possible that airline customers hoping to modernize their A319 fleets might just be waiting for the right time to do so. If we limit our analysis to aircraft size, then there is no doubt about it. An A220-500 would overlap with the A320neo in the exact same way that the A220-300 overlaps with the A319neo. A larger version of the A220 would add 6 rows of seats, expanding capacity to near 200 seats, almost identical to the max capacity of the A320neo. Additionally, we would anticipate the A220-500 also having a lower max takeoff weight than the A320, thus lowering its trip costs and making it a more attractive aircraft. But is there more to the story than just size? The A220 and A320 families are very different. Despite being sold under the Airbus banner, the A220 was designed by Bombardier and thus is a different type altogether. When we take this into account, we would imagine that airlines exclusively operating A320 family types would try to remain within the family. Think EasyJet, Air Arabia, and Air Asia. The same goes for operators that are keen to feature the A220. Air Baltic and Breeze Airways come to mind. Single-type fleets ensure efficiencies when it comes to crew training, maintenance, spare parts, and more, something that is lost if a carrier has both the A220 and A320. Air Canada, Air France, Delta Airlines, and several other operators do operate both Airbus types. However, their operations and fleets are already so diverse that they would prefer the operational flexibility of having aircraft of various sizes. It's also interesting to note that most of the airlines operating A220 and A320 type jets are also operators of the A321. This tells us that these carriers want to operate routes at opposite sides of the spectrum, something that no single family of aircraft can do. Delivery slots and production timeline is another factor, something that'll influence an airline one way or another. An additional consideration is the ability to carry freight containers, a feature absent with the A220 family. Therefore, at the end of the day, given the existing popularity of both aircraft, it would seem as though Airbus could simply do well on two fronts, even if there is an overlap in terms of size. But what do you think? Is there a compelling argument that the A220-500 would not affect sales of the A320neo? Let us know by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe before you go.